The report card is in. The Belvidere School District shares the impact of no phones in its classrooms. WIFR's Nathaniel Langley learns whether teachers and students felt the policy passed or failed.
Mike, District 100 started its new phone procedure this school year. Its superintendent feels the change is working, but one student and a national study claim the benefits are mixed. Cheyenne McCoy has days left in her senior year.
And it was honestly a breeze. My classes were really easy.
But her final year at Belvidere High School started with a change.
No phones from bell to bell policy.
Belvidere District 100 restricted phones during the school day.
I feel like it really helped us be able to pay more attention in class.
McCoy says most of her teachers applied the procedure.
And the ones that didn't enforce it, I don't feel like they did any justice to anybody.
We've been really excited.
Superintendent Cassandra Shug claims a recent district survey found more than 90% of staff rated the policy as excellent.
Fewer phones has created better focus, better engagement in their classes.
The National Bureau of Economic Research claims schools with phone pouches, like Belvidere's high schools, reported an 80% drop in students on devices.
The fact that we've taken a distraction away really is making the experience at school more relevant and more meaningful.
But the report didn't provide a clear picture on any academic benefits.
But I feel like the Chromebooks might be the next step.
A year since we last spoke, McCoy renews her concern on a wider screen's impact on classrooms.
Everyone is just like, okay, well, I can't use my phone. I'll just watch on my Chromebook instead.
Shug agreed Chromebooks may need reworked policies. She said the district's evaluating how the laptops can best be used for students to engage with teachers.
Thank you, Nathaniel. And the superintendent added one change for next year may affect juniors and seniors. D100 could update Chromebooks to allow some high schoolers to communicate with any jobs or colleges they're applying to.